Yeah, this was my first trip to Louisiana from northern Vermont. It's like unlike anything else that we have back north. The wildlife is incredible. The textures is a photographer's paradise, and it's just a beautiful place. Yeah, having never been to the swamp before, yeah, I didn't really know what to expect, you know. And when you get out here, especially first thing in the morning, you can hear all the birds waking up. You know, the fish are jumping around you. It's amazing first thing in the morning. And then when you get out here, as the sun starts to come up, all of this Spanish moss gets backlit against the sky. I mean, it's like rainbow sherbet skies out here. This is incredible, the amount of color. And, you know, as the morning goes on, we pull out and take pictures of these cypress knees. And I know you can't see them on camera, but it's amazing the contrast of dark cypress knees and the bottom of these cypress trees. The reflection of the sun, like dancing on the side of these cypress knees and these trees, is just amazing. I've been on several trips, you know, vacations, hunting trips, where I've put a lot of pressure on myself to get hundreds of these perfect photos like you see in National Geographic magazine, right? So my expectation coming down here was, listen, if I can get one, maybe two killer shots, right? Really nice stuff. I'm complete. After that, maybe if you get another 6 or 7 that are really good, that's really all I expected. And it has been way more than that. The weather has been unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, it is amazing. I've been on kayaks before, never these sea kayaks. I've always been on the ones you sit in, and not comfortable at all. Okay, so the first thing I'll say is these kayaks are extremely comfortable and extremely stable. I mean, I'm a 235-pound guy, probably 240 now this week after eating all the good food down here, but and they are comfortable. And I got to tell you, being able to ease right up in between the cypress knees, get back real close to shore, adjust your position. There's no commotion. There's hardly any waves. It's incredible. The one thing I didn't think about was the wildlife. I mean, we have taken so many amazing pictures of birds, alligators, 5 feet from the boat, little 2-foot alligators. And you couldn't do that unless you were on a kayak. I mean, we drifted in, and I've gotten 15 to 20 feet away from ibises, you know, and night herons, just beautiful birds, and you couldn't do that unless you had a kayak. It's by far the best way to go. So coming down here and working in the swamp with Andy, he has the patience to work with many different levels of photographers. Whether you have experience or hardly know how to use your camera, he'll walk you through it. He'll show you how to set your tripod up. He'll show you what settings you're supposed to be using, help you with composition. And that's huge because it can be overwhelming with the amount of things you can take a picture of here, and having that experience and that patience. Second portion of it is he's got great kayaks, knows the lakes. We got here the first day, it was real windy. We had to switch plans. He knew right where to take us, and got some amazing pictures. So working out of a kayak, at first when you get here, it can be overwhelming because there's so many beautiful things that you want to take a picture of. And kind of what I told Andy is I was shooting real wide when I first got here because you're like, oh my gosh, there is just so much beauty that you want to pick up. But eventually, as you start to slow yourself down a little bit, you pick out nuances and you pick out things that you can feature. You know, in setting your tripod up and setting up your scene, you're going to find yourself being more meticulous. You just take your time. And that's the biggest thing I can say, just take your time. Move the kayak 10 feet forward, come around the other side of the tree, and what you may not have seen will all of a sudden just show up in front of you. Change the height of the tripod, but it's incredible down here. And the biggest thing is just pay close attention to the details and don't miss the stuff that's right in front of you trying to look at the stuff behind. So it is a little odd at first when you when you think about putting your camera and your tripod over the side of the boat and in the water, that does worry you a little bit at first. But I think, again, you just go slow. Take it slow. Don't rush. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for amazing pictures. Just do it slow, do it right the first time. But it is a little intimidating, and as the days went on, it became almost second nature by the second day. But I can't stress enough, just go slow and take your time.